beans and carrots and the chicken chicken bound and eggs, egg bound chicken. Welcome to Starcraft 2, How to Play Terran, Part 2. I'm your host, Ahnuld Steinen. You might remember me from movies such as Predator or something. I've never even seen the movie. I had 4 lines in it. One of them was something about fuck yourself. Anyway, we fired Stanley Kubrick, who did our last video. It was too long, too slow, and no one knew what the hell it was about. We also had about 14 hours of extra footage of people in silly masks, fucking zerglings and shit, with Tom Cruise in the background. So you might notice there's a trend going on. It's called hashtag air or land, but not both. The only units in the entire Terran army that can shoot at both the air and the land are Marines, battle cruisers, Vikings, which is just basically an SCV that can fly and can't repair shit, and of course the Thor, but the Thor can do everything in the entire game. You can actually repair units with the Thor by firing enough missiles at it until you realize you just killed your shit and you better build another Thor. In fact, if the command center could make a Thor, then that would be optimal. You know, I don't want a bunker, I just want 14 Thors at the start of my base. But today we're going to talk to you about Marauders. Marauders are like a Marine who can't shoot in the air. They're stronger than Marines, but they cannot lift their weapons at a 45-degree angle to shoot at the fucking sky. A Marauder is basically a Marine who is the genetic clone of Ronnie Coleman. Basically, he's stuffed into a Marine uniform, so he's fucking huge. Also, for some reason, they're so big, they take up 2 spaces in a bunker or a medevac. So if you want to move them across the map, it takes 4 fucking days. So don't bother building the fucking Marauders. In fact, there's an Easter egg in StarCraft 2. Go make your whole army just all Marauders, Ronnie Coleman everywhere, and you lose the fucking game. That's the Easter egg. Just build a bunch of Marauders and you fucking lose. When you build the final Ronnie Coleman unit, the Zergs come in with a test to see if you've been on steroids. You have one Zerg, he has a doctor uniform on. He asks one of the Marauders to piss into a cup. I don't know what a Zerg cup looks like. Probably looks like an octopus's vagina or something. Fails the test and you lose. It's an Easter egg. Go check it out. So the medevac's basically a hospital that flies in the air and can only heal one person at a time. It's kind of like the situation in Liberia where you have one doctor to cure 1,000 cases of Ebola. If you're in the medevac, you better be the last one in line, because if you're first, you're going to jump out screaming, I need to get some heals here. And the medevac will tell you, I'll get to you soon. You're number 70 out of 400. They have what sounds like an attractive woman flying them, but as you probably already know, voices can be deceiving. You know, you might think of going out late at night while Maria's sleeping and try to find out where this medevac woman lives, and then you show up to her house. Turns out it's actually Robert Patrick, and he was the T-2000 pretending to be John Connor's mother. Fuck you. I was looking to get some action. I got the lunch lady. This is bullshit. So while your medevac is dropping units off to their death, it might be useful for them to use their steroid feature or performance enhancing, whatever Ronnie Coleman uses. Basically, it gives them some energy, makes them move faster. But unlike the SCV, they have no idea how to use it. You know, you bump into a building and an SCV, if you auto-repair, it just runs over to the building. But with a Marine, one of his arms is blown off, 2 guys next to him have died, and he still doesn't know to just use the fucking stim pack. It's not that hard. Just stick it up your nose, shove real hard. It's not really difficult. So we are adding a new section in today's video. It's called Know Your Enemy. And there's a unit for the Zergs. It's called the Rouch. If you're from Texas, you might recognize this unit. It looks like just a regular Rouch. It can shoot acid out of his eyes or something, or out of his face. I don't even know how it works, because only pussies play Zerg. It can melt through anything. In fact, if you have a Marine standing where the Roach is shooting acid, you no longer have a Marine there. You just have an extra space to add another Thor. The Rouch's acid can do things like burn your eyes out, but I learned after watching a video that having your eyes burned out isn't really an issue. I watched a documentary on echolocation. I learned how to do echolocation in my free time. It's not real hard. You know, bats do it. They make squeaking noises to find out where the fuck they are. I do a different method. I just shoot my 9mm gun in whatever direction I want to find out what's there. If I hear a person screaming, there was a person there. If I hear an explosion, there was probably an oil tankard or something. If I hear, someone shooting up steroids and stopping, I probably shot in the direction of Ronnie Coleman. If I hear the sound of nothing, I could have shot over Danny DeVito's head. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you like the video, please put a comment. Tell us what you want to talk about next time. I'll respond as quickly as possible with "Go fuck yourself."